But yeah, the name is Slack. Thanks for coming back. Let's walk through some more Divinity, Original Sin 2. And here we are on what I'm going to call the classic deck, because this is the deck of the ship that you originally started on in the classic version of the game before they came out with the definitive edition. Now, on the classic deck, there is a ton of stuff to loot. Plus, they have this special policy. Let's get the skull cup here. Yeah, the Magister's Merchant Return Policy. What's that, Slack? That's where, if you do business with any Magister, he will allow you to, get all your stuff back that you bartered with him or her for free. It's a special, shopping policy that they have on this deck. So you should take advantage of that. What? That's all I'm going to say. Basically, you can shop for free, so you could take advantage of that. Anything that you buy or barter with from these merchants, every one of these Magisters can be bartered with. Anything that you buy from them, whatever you bartered with them to get that stuff, you're going to get most of it back. Why? You'll see. You'll see why. So you should definitely take advantage of that. Let's just go into loot mode here. Mortar and pestle, yeah, definitely want that. And I also took a cooking pot. Make sure you grab any cooking pots you see. They're going to be very useful later on. A jawless skull. Actually, we could use that. What's in here? Ooh, empty potion bottle. Great. And take that jawless skull, definitely. Nothing in here. This is mostly looting, but a lot of valuable loot on this deck.
No known associates. In fact, he seemed quite averse.
We're going to talk to Magister soon. Nothing in here.
Why, you're looking a bit more... There you are. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash.
Oh my gosh.
In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William.
Magister William,
All
okay.
passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs.
Okay.
You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters.
Alright, and with everybody you talk with, if they have this little icon here, that means you can trade with them. So let's click on that and see if she has anything we want. Milk, no. Orange juice, definitely. Want and finesse, yeah. Let's grab a couple of those. Mug of beer, no. Apple, not necessarily. Potion bottles, definitely. And empty bottle, no, we don't really need that. Okay, so 76 bucks. Let's organize our wares by gold value. Once again, we're gonna get most of it back. Let's give her the gold cup, 46. Resurrection scroll, that's a little too much. Let's take that back. Healing potions. Pretty close. How about a couple buckets? One more. And accept. Boom. There you go. Now remember, she's got the Magister's Merchant Return Policy in effect, so we're gonna get all our stuff back later on, just for asking for it. Okay. And I'm going to try to fast track or skip as much dialogue as possible. There's a ton of dialogue. You could speak to everybody on the ship, and if I did that, this would last into like 3 or 4 videos, and it would be like, 75% dialogue, 25% gameplay and action, and I don't want my walkthrough bogged down with a lot of dialogue. So that's what I'm going to do throughout. Try to skip as much dialogue as possible, or fast track as much of it as possible. This is a strategy walkthrough, not a playthrough.
There's been a murder here.
Take that. Let's check this out. Rope is not rubbish, Sibyl. What do we got in here? Nothing. That is clear. A couple more Magisters we can do business with. You there.
Behind the Magister, a bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and limbs lie at odd angles. You can't make out a face amid the mess.
Okay. We can get the whole story of what's going on in there from the other Magister, so I'm just going to skip over this. Go right to the cell screen. Bottle of beer, no thanks. Herring, no thanks. That might be useful, but... oh yeah, let's create the tattered shoes. Handkerchief. That's the first thing I think I've seen, a handkerchief. You can experiment with that in the crafting screen. I'm debating whether to take this. Yeah, why not? Okay, so 62 bucks. Once again, let's organize by gold value. Put in the resurrection scroll and the painting. And we just need to put in 3 more things. Bucket, bucket, and how about the rope? There we go. Accept. Take that stuff. Take your leave. Let's check out this guy and see what he's
A
got.
young Magister stands pale and silent. Her knuckles whiten around her weapon as you pass.
Ooh, a fire arrowhead. A very expensive fire arrowhead, but that would be very useful. Alright, once
No
again,
lesions. No
5 gold
trauma.
value.
He was bled by magic.
Now, where did I leave my calipers?
This might get... This return policy, okay, sometimes, I mean, you get most of your stuff back, but I've noticed that if you trade too many items, it sometimes doesn't work. And this is the case here, unless I just actually give him gold. I'll take a chance. There we go. Accept. Now we got a fire arrowhead. And let's go in here and talk to this guy.
No marks. No indication. Ugly sight, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwalker followed the source that did this.
Alright, let's see what you have. Oh, an orange. Definitely want that. That's great for an archer. Okay, $5. We can manage that. Gold value. Done and done. Okay, let's see what this is all about. Inform her that she wasn't this man's protector. She was his captor.
Finn didn't see it like that. He was desperate for us to help him. 2 things scared the living daylights out of him. His own shadow and his own source.
Is that right? Okay.
We'll find out who did this. Speaking of,
She looks up at you with a mirthless smile.
Okay.
I was on duty in your room when the murder happened. You were asleep the whole time. Didn't even stir.
Is that right?
You're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship. Unless you can commit murder in your sleep, of course.
Maybe I can.
Not with that collar on you, Aunt.
Okay.
Listen, I could use someone to keep their ears open among the passengers. Sometimes they clam up in front of a uniform.
I ain't no rat, copper.
Bring me a good lead, and I'll throw in a shiny gold coin for you. How about that?
Oh, well, in that case, sure, no problem.
Thanks. I just want to catch whoever did this before they hurt anyone else.
Got it. Okay, so a caper is afoot. Let's check out the journal. Death below decks. Find the murderer. A sorcerer lies murdered. The Magisters would pay for a lead on the killer. Don't take that too seriously. Okay, I'm telling you right now. Let's continue.
Why won't you sing?
Rope here.
This again.
Always a bedroll here. Let's organize our inventory again. Bedrolls, like I said before, can be used. You can sleep in them and restore the health of you and all your party members. So I always like to put a bedroll on the second hotbar right there. That's my health hotbar. We do have a fire arrowhead, but we don't have anything to make an arrow shaft yet. Okay.
I forgot how to sing. I did.
Nothing there.
You're always come closest to our divine, like wolves around a
On
campfire.
this deck, you're gonna meet all the origin characters. There's Red
got
Prince,
this wolf on a
there's
leash
Ifan, Los is over here, the Beast is right here, the Red Prince is there. So you can talk to them all, have a little conversation if you so desire. I'm gonna pass on all that. Like I said, I want to keep this moving along here. Nothing in here. This door is locked.
Tight.
But if you look carefully down here, find a greasy key. Ooh, okay.
Lucky find.
Lucky find, okay. What's the greasy key for? The greasy door. Excellent. Aha. Go in here. One of these 2 barrels always has some good loot. There we go. Resurrection scroll and $8. Don't forget to check the kitchen racks. They might have something.
I've seen more things coming out.
Great, minor healing potion.
There's nothing else I can make, Your Majesty. Turn it into water.
Some garlic
All I
here.
was given.
Reminiscent of
this again.
Skyrim.
I've never died on
And if you didn't get a knife on the previous deck, although I'm sure you always get one. There's a pocket knife right here.
Well, there has been a
I'm just gonna grab all these. Some plates can be sold, some cannot.
Magister's more concerned.
I usually just take everything. And once again, take all cooking pots.
when you clearly don't know the first thing.
You're gonna need 3 or 4. Just to make the next area a lot easier.
Never thought you'd end up a prison.
Okay, let's go into
convict.
loot mode.
That right. I always knew you'd turn out rotten, Ben Nest.
Looks like we got everything.
Your kind always
All
hung
right.
closest to our divine, like wolves around a campfire.
All alcohol can be consumed to
Got
up your
this wolf
wits.
on a leash now.
And by increasing your wits, you find better
As soon
treasure.
as the Inquisitor gets
Although I
here,
find it
we'll
really
hand you right
tedious
over the
to
side of this ship.
continually have to get drunk. Let's just try this out now. Mug of wine.
Be good, you scallywags.
See if we're drunk. Oh, it's Lucky Charm. Sorry, not wits. Lucky Charm. Lucky Charm is increased, and then if you loot something right afterwards, you might get better stuff.
They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
I'll give you that knuckle.
I used to like incorporate that into my strategy, but I found it too tedious to to get drunk all the time every time I was looting. So I gave it up. But you can do that if you want. That's one use for any alcohol. I usually just take booze to sell it because it sells pretty good. There's a sack back here.
Insufferable, surely.
Oh, apples. Okay, good.
Trying to hear anyway.
I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough for me to listen.
Mug
Never
of beer.
thought you'd end up a prison guard, Vic.
That right.
That was weird. It kind of popped
I
up and
always
then
knew
went
you'd
back
turn
down.
out rotten, Ben Nest.
Okay,
Your
You there.
kind always hung closest to our divine.
stand still.
Wolves
I hate when
around
they
a
teach you.
campfire.
Okay, stop. Attaboy. Okay. First of all, let's do business. What do you got? Gold, bottle of wine, no thank you, beer, and an expensive penny bun mushroom. I think I'll pass on that. Let's take this.
It was one of them. I know it.
You put
Very
a
good.
knuckle in it. I'm trying to concentrate.
Name? None of your business.
Not so fast. Name?
Okay. It's Sybil.
Well, you aren't here on my list. Scram, eh? We're trying to catch a killer here.
They're picking us off.
Alright. And that is a... Oh, one more guy to shop with.
Just skip to the part where I reassure
Here's the register, ma'am. Good, good. Magister Williams has just about done with the last passenger.
Alright.
Faring okay so far.
Not too bad.
Glad to hear it.
Alright.
You head on in now. Williams will get you sorted fast.
Alright. But before we do that, let's see what you got. Pumpkin. Ooh, yeah, I want this.
Prison guard, Vic.
And yeah, why not some stained pants? Depends what they're stained with. Look at this, 243 buck eye. And some jibs. We're gonna get some of those free later on. Okay, so
You got this wolf on a leash.
gold value, restoration scroll, that should be just about right. And you can click on this to have him give some gold to balance up the trade, and then accept. And very good. We're good. And there we go.
I've seen more appetizing things.
You seem on edge, officer.
Now there's a special trick before you go in here.
There's nothing else.
Your
Majesty.
I'll tell you about that afterwards, 'cause I don't want to do a spoiler.
All about it.
But there's a special trick to level up. If you go back here and force a fight, and then all these guys start fighting, and then you go in here and something happens, and then you get a lot of XP. I don't want to do that because I don't want to overlevel. I do not want to hit level 2 before I go to Fort Joy. Fort Joy is the next map after we get off the ship. I don't want to do that. But I do know about that trick, and I also find it a little tedious. It's a tedious way to earn an extra 800 XP, so I think I'm going to pass on that. Once we get to Fort Joy and I show you all the tricks about earning exploration XP, you get a ton of exploration XP just simply walking into new areas. It's nuts. So once you see that, you're going to say 800 XP, big whoop. Alright, so that's it. Let's go into this area.
Keep those bolts trained on her. And if she's
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep their crossbow trained upon her as she's being interrogated by an officer.
Alright.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella.
Aha, we found her.
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
Do we still get our gold coin?
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
There are others whose lives must end.
Uh-oh, that doesn't sound good.
Good God, the woman's mad. You there, sorcerer. Go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
Okay, but my usual fee is a gold coin.
By all means, do as the officer says. But you had better hurry, because...
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good.
I'm just about to create a scene.
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end us all.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
A fight starts. Don't bother doing anything because... Whammo. She knocks everybody out. That's what happens. So if you pick a fight with everybody, or like you pick a fight...
What's happened?
Here. With somebody here, and then you work your way over here, get into Wendigo's area, interact with her, she does her things, wipes everybody out, and then you get XP for all the guys that you picked a fight with. That's the whole secret behind that. And I think it's about 825 XP you can earn to doing that, but like I said, it's not my thing. I don't want to overlevel. Okay, so, ooh, another pumpkin, great. Some jump change. This chest, make sure you looted the chest with confiscated goods. What a haul. Wow. It's completely random, but we got a crossbow. And a pickaxe. And a claw hammer. This is like best case scenario. One of everything. That's a really good haul. Okay, let's grab all the food on the table. And let's go into loot mode so we can see this stuff better. Bread. Some of these plates are worth money, actually. Some of them are useless, but others are worth money. So I just grab everything and, like I said, sort it out later. Okay, we got that. Let's check it out. Did we loot you? Yes. You're done. Make sure you go to this cupboard here and get the empty cups. Empty cups are very useful. You can sell the bottle of wine. Now, let's go cash in on the Magister Merchant return policy. All the Magisters that we just did business with are dead. And we can now loot them and get the stuff back that we like, you know, bartered with them. if you just simply, if you don't do business with them, and you just simply loot them afterwards, you won't get like a lot of stuff. I don't remember that Earth Essence being there. Pretty sure he did business with this guy. I think I missed him. Here. Actually, we did get the penny bun mushroom. Here, let me go into loot mode. That's the beast. You can talk to these guys. These are injured. That's the Red Prince. He's injured. Ooh, raw mutton. Raw mutton. Okay, we did business with this guy. And there's all our stuff. Get back. See? Magister merchant return policy. See, there was all the stuff I did business with. And remember I did business with? I sold him that, and that, and that. Get it all back. That's what I'm talking about. It's not 100% though. It gets a little wonky. Sometimes you miss some stuff. We did business with this guy. There's my mortar and pestle, remember? Yeah, so we get it all back. So definitely do business with all these guys and grab some stuff that you want, barter with them, and you're bound to get most of your stuff back. Don't forget, if you're an elf, definitely loot this guy here, the murdered guy, and get the chunk of flesh. Okay, once you got that chunk of flesh on board, don't forget to eat it. So let's eat it.
As the dead man's flesh slides down your
Chunk
throat,
of
you
flesh.
feel his consciousness enter yours. His memories are yours to experience. You are Finn.
Okay.
Your heart is heavy. You know too much. It's all too much. You met him. A bright light blinds you, then fades. You feel a tremendous power in your hands, but they are shaking so hard you can barely use them. Suddenly you're on this very ship, crouched in a corner, hugging your knees. A figure approaches, an older woman. Her eyes are kind. She comes closer. She says she wants to talk. She reaches a hand toward you. You grasp it. The memories end. You are no longer Finn. You return to yourself with a jolt.
Boom, and you get awarded with the adrenaline skill, which is perfect for our build. This is a really good skill. The only thing is we need the scoundrel. We need 1 point in the scoundrel to be able to use it. But check it out. Gain 2 action points immediately, but lose 2 action points next turn. And it's got a nice cooldown time. Yeah, so as soon as we get scoundrel, we're gonna put that into good use. So perfect for an elf. And that is it. Finally, Magister Suin. She's injured.
The Magister lies on the floor, unconscious and bleeding from a dire-looking wound.
Well, well, well. Ain't that a bitch? Bitch. Let's force attack her and put her out of her misery. Get 100 XP, loot her, get all our stuff back, including our gold cup and our 4 healing potions. Like I said, make sure you take advantage of the Magister Merchant return policy. So that's it. Got a lot of loot. Let's take a look at it. Oh boy. Auto sort. Yeah, we got lots of things, and we got lots of good weapons too. Let's gear up. That we can use. Some skill requirements are no longer met. Not sure what that is. Anyways, shoes on. Because I didn't have any bonuses on any of my gear. Could have been referring to... Anyways, doesn't matter. So that's it. Our physical armor is only 5, but we got a bucket, and this guy here, stained shirt. Oh, pants. Okay, physical armor up to 6. And if we put on the shield, we could bump it up to 14. Plus we get a new skill. Shields up. Let's drag those out. Let's get organized. Consumables. Let's put the potion bottles there. Can't cook anything yet. Hang on to these pumpkins though, those are really valuable. And the orange. And we're good. That's it. This is the way to continue up these stairs here. Go up to the middle deck. Alright, in the middle deck, there's a fight back here. We could do a fight with these guys and earn some XP, but like I said, I don't want to overlevel. Now we're earning XP, and I don't want to overlevel. Just for demonstrational purposes, and I'll show you why when we get to Fort Joy. So I'm going to skip that fight.
Not long before this thing snaps into splinters.
Don't forget to go in here and get a gold cup. It's pretty valuable. Skip this fight. We don't have the persuasion power to win the persuasion check with him. So skip that. You put this here and put out this fire. There we go. In we go. The most important guy to loot in here is this guy right here, Magister Priest Medwin. Let's just loot everybody.
Damn it! Need to get off this wreck. It's quick.
If you're a ranger, make sure you check this guy. You might get a bow. There we go. You pretty much always get a bow from that guy.
Something's pounding on the hull.
This here, the skull marked key, that's very important. You need that. Let's grab all that stuff. With a skull marked key, you can now open this door. And there is Fane. You can talk to him, have a little conversation with the undead origin guy.
The door was painted recently, judging from its pungent scent. You recognize the symbol immediately for what it is. A warning of death fog within.
Oh, no, not death fog.
You press your palm against the door to open it. The wood feels neither cold nor warm, but simply grey. The color drains from your hand, and you are left numb. It doesn't budge.
Okay, let's use our key.
The door groans open, but an ashen shadow clouds your mind.
And then we go. Don't go in there, you'll die instantly. In fact, I'm going to do a quick save before I go loot this guy. Just in case I get too close and accidentally touch this stuff. Nothing there. Alright, before we continue, which is up these stairs here, let's loot down this corridor here. Did we get you? No, we didn't. Okay, lots of chump change. Down this way. Oh, wait, we forgot this guy. Well, that's good thinking, Sibyl. Go all the way around that way, alright? Oh, and another empty potion bottle. Great. Okay, so that is about it. Now we're going to go up and get into another fight, a much tougher fight. And that is coming up next video. To prepare for this fight, I strongly recommend that you put on a shield and a dagger. We have that. A shield. Make sure you got some potions hooked up in your hotbar. And let's see what kind of restoration. Let's put one of these. Let's put the restoration down there. We don't have any special weapons, but we should be able to pull it off with just the shield and the dagger. Make sure you go to your skill screen and you drag in this guy here, shields up. That should stay there. And I want to make sure Sucker Punch is in there, so I'm just going to take off the shield for now. This will be like grayed out. The Sucker Punch appears, and like that. Put the shield back on. Even though it's grayed out, it will appear later on when we take off the shield. So that's the way we're going in. Dagger, shield, whatever gear you got, your bucket, and Major Slack at your back to tell you what to do. That's coming up next, the big Void Woken fight at the top deck once we hit these stairs. I want to thank you all very much for watching. See you next video. Hey guys, real walkthroughs like these are an endangered species here on YouTube. For a complete lowdown on the YouTube video game walkthrough scene, check out my Patreon page and please consider making a donation to yours truly, Major Slack, to help keep real walkthroughs alive on YouTube. You can donate as little as $1. That's $1, that's all. That's all it takes, alright? Thanks a lot, really appreciate it.